Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about special cases for factoring quadratics. But before we get into the notes, we're going to do a quick warm-up. So take a look at this warm-up, pause the video here, and give this a try on a scrap piece of paper on a warm-up paper. Pause the video now. Alright, so remember when we're factoring and trying to solve a quadratic equation that has a leading coefficient of 1, so 1 right there, what we can do is try and find two numbers that multiply to the last term, that C term, okay, and numbers that add to the coefficient on the B term, or that middle term. And so think about negative 42 and x, you'll realize that negative 6 times 7 is 42, and that negative 6 plus 7 is 1. So this factors into x minus 6, and x plus 7 equals 0. Now, by using the zero product property, we know that either this or this equals 0. So let's set that up. X plus 7 equals 0. And so x equals 6 or x equals negative 7. For the next one, it looks a little trickier because the leading coefficient isn't 1. So how do we factor that? Well, remember, we can always take out a greatest common factor. So it looks like there's a factor of 4 in all three terms. So let's factor that out. So we have 4, and what's left is n squared minus 3n plus 2, and again that equals 0. Okay, and now that we have no term in front of that n, we can factor this pretty easily. Think of two numbers that multiply to 2 and add to negative 3. That's going to be negative 1 and negative 2. So we can factor this into 4, n minus 1, n minus 2 equals 0. And so again, using the zero product property, we either know that 4 equals 0, which never happens, n minus 1 equals 0, or that n minus 2 equals 0, which leaves us with n could equal 1, or n could equal 2. All right, and that ends the warm-up. So the main objective for today is to be able to factor trinomials like this. We've got a leading term, like 2x squared, but we can't actually factor 2 out of all of these terms. Remember, 2 isn't a factor of 3, and it's not a factor of 9 either. So you've got to figure out a way to factor that without, well, damn it.